Hello guys, this is Professor Tolia from City University of New York. At this lecture, we're gonna learn how to write a formula in Excel. Okay, here you can see it is a roster of one of my classes in City University of New York. That in this class we have many names and uh, I gave three quizzes to my students, so I have three lists of the grades for quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3. First of all, we have one issue here. The issue is that as you can see at this column for the names, we have some names that they don't have enough room inside in a cell. For example, Celestino, that a part of this name is uh, behind of the other cell, or this one Abdurrahmane, that so we don't have enough room. How we can solve this issue? It is very easy. You should select the column. How you can select the column? By selecting the label of the column, and then you will find the right border of the column, and when you find it, double click, and when you double click you will see that automatically the column would be fitted to the longest data inside of the column, that the longest data inside of the column is Abdurrahman, that it is fitted to that one. To this command, we call this command as a auto fit. So we fitted the column to the longest data that we have in the cell inside of the column. Now we want to write for example, we want to find the average for each student. For example, average. Okay, so please follow me for writing the correct formula. For writing the formula inside of the Excel, you should select the cell that you want to write a formula inside of you want to calculate that formula inside of that cell. So I select this cell, and when I want to write a formula, I should start it with equal sign. So you can select the cell and write a formula, or you can select the cell and click in the formula bar here and start writing the formula. So with always it started with equal sign, and then you should say that okay, whatever inside of the F1 address of this cell plus whatever inside of the address of this cell plus whatever inside of the address of this cell, sorry, here plus sign plus whatever inside of this address, I want to divide it by 3. Oops, what happened here? Why it is 173.67? It's because the grade it couldn't be greater than 100, because all grades they are less than 100. What is the problem here? The problem is that the division here has the higher priority rather than the addition. So how we can solve? So what happened here? First, when you want to when this formula want to be executed, first the division would be considered, and here the Excel would be say that okay, H7, whatever inside of H7, that it is 65, should be divided by 3, and then the result of that should be added to whatever inside of G7 and add with whatever inside of the F7. We don't want this. So for changing the priority, we are using the parentheses. Why we are using the parentheses? Because parentheses has the highest priority. So first, the priority in the priority first is parentheses, then is the multiplication and division, and after that addition and subtraction. Okay, so we calculated. Now by pressing enter, you will calculate the result of this average. You will see that okay, the average is 72.333. Now You calculated the average for this student, for Amir. Should you write a separate formula for Jose, Tamara, Nazanin, Jackie, Michael for rest of the students? No, maybe you have 100 students, 1000 students. You shouldn't do this. The Excel gives you the option that one time you write a formula and then you apply it for all of the items. How you can do this? First, you should select the cell that you wrote the formula inside of that, and then you should find the right corner of the uh, cell at the bottom. If you can see here, right now it is the plus sign. That when you find that corner, the plus sign would be changed to the solid plus sign. Then take it by left click. By left click, hold the left click of the mouse and hold it and drag it. Drag until end of the list. And then release the bottom. When you release the bottom, you will see that it is calculated for all of the students. If you want to see that is the formula correct or not, here Tamara is the in row 9, and here you see that yes, it is applied for row 9, F9 plus G9 plus H9 divided by 3. So we got it, the average for all of these students. You can, for example, apply any. So you understood that how you can write a formula always started by the, for writing formula you should start it by the equal sign, and then you start to uh, writing the formula. But we can write it very easier than this by using the function. In the next lecture I want to tell you how you can use the function in the Excel.